This is the church that my father went to as a boy. Creevagh Reformed Presbyterian Church. And it's like stepping back in time here. And this is typical Reformed Presbyterian Church building. Just a big square. They were all built very, very similar. And nothing pretentious about this. It's built in the barn church type of style. Just 4 walls, big roof, and that's about it. Creevagh Reformed Presbyterian Church with graveyard running alongside. And unfortunately we have arrived and we can't get in. But never mind. Some very old graves here. And the sign up on the church there says that the church was built and opened in 1789. And there's another sign up there, 1900. So obviously the church was refurbished then. And this is the graveyard. And I remember my father talking about Moffats. And the graveyard has quite a number of Moffat headstones. And the church is set in agricultural land here, rural agricultural land. And there's nothing very special about this church. It's not ostentatious, if I can pronounce that. There's nothing grand or grandiose about this. It's plain and simple as the early Presbyterians dictated. They wanted no pictures or sculptures or fancy colours or anything like that. It was a plain, simple, 4-walled building, place of worship. And this is Reformed Presbyterianism, an example of that, and a very good example once again of an early barn church. And I wonder if they've still got the pews the same way, set the same way as was typical. Maybe someday I'll come back and be able to get inside the church. That would be good. And just another pan round. Creevagh Reformed Presbyterian Church. The church that my father and my grandfather and all my father's siblings would have gone to in the 1930s, arriving here after many miles of a journey, no doubt, to a cold church after having travelled in the wind and rain and maybe the cold, severe cold on a horse and trap. And times were different in those days, and this is the graveyard here. With Moffats and Taylors and the like dominating, and I don't see any of my father's relatives' graves in the graveyard at all. So I'm wondering whether they are actually buried here or not.